Aiden Shirley here, and I've got my brother Gavin again.
Hi.
It's been a minute because I was a little bit out of commission because my body decided to give me an abscessed tooth. So here we are. It's been a couple weeks. But today we want to talk about the things that the courts put all families through, from siblings like us to the child and to even parents. In our case specifically, we were siblings and we are separated. Right now, my baby brother is going to be in Virginia for 2 or 3 weeks. I'm not even sure at the moment. And through that time, we're having to watch the same signs that we've seen in ourselves of abuse from our mother, all the way from even when he was here this last week, he said, "Mama hits me when I don't listen." We had the exact same thing. We've gotten yelled at, hit, threatened. Our dad was threatened. Everybody was threatened around her. And it's because we didn't listen or didn't do something the way she wanted it done. Our baby brother is overly angry. We have been the same way, each one of us, at different times of our lives. It's settled down now, but now we're having to deal with the courts. And it's a completely different kind of abuse. We're being abused by the courts. It's not even our parent that's gone now from our lives. It's the courts forcing us to watch what our brother is going through, the same thing that we went through, the same thing that we told the courts about, that they refused to listen to and didn't acknowledge. Even so far as the guardian ad litem in our case. We talked to her, each one of us, for 2 hours, and not a word of it was mentioned to the courts. Not a bit. She sat on the stand for 30 minutes or so, and didn't even mention that she spoke to us. We were irrelevant. Even though we are the siblings, age difference doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that there's a 17-year age gap. He's still my brother, and I love him just as much as I love him. I mean, he's family, and we're having to watch this, and the courts did not care. They don't care what we have to say, the siblings. They don't care what parents have to say. They don't even care what the child has to say. I mean, a decision was made about him. He was 17 when this all went down, and they decided for him where he should go. Luckily it was here, but they could have decided anything. They didn't even ask him. Back to our baby brother, he does not want to see or be around our mother. When we drop him off, he screams, cries, and begs not to go, and yet we have to do it anyway. I can't even fathom thinking about it, because it's just absurd what we have shown to the courts, him screaming and begging not to go to his own mother, and they just don't care. The guardian ad litem, again, said that was normal behavior. It's very much not normal to scream and beg not to see your own parent, your own mother, because of what she is doing to you and what the courts are doing. They have enabled my mother in telling her that it's okay what she does. It's okay what she's done. She has been absolved of any guilt and does not feel a need to be accountable for any of her actions that she has done previously or is doing now. She gets to get away scot-free with it. And it's because the courts are just getting away with it. We need to all call it out, everything the courts are doing. I know a lot of people want to see the names of judges, and I may even do a video on that soon. The courts, they just enable abusers of all kinds. I've seen pedophiles be enabled, parental abusers like we have dealt with and are dealing with, and all kinds. They just enable abuse because that gets the system, the money, flowing through. Whichever parent will damage the child most is seemingly where the child goes. So they can get damaged, and they can get to counselors and psychologists and everything else. It was talked about. The guardian ad litem, all she wanted to talk about on the stand. Nothing to do with the abuse, but, everyone needs counseling so everyone can spend money. I mean, she made probably $10,000 plus, and she didn't do anything. She spoke to us and then didn't even talk about it. They're not doing their jobs, and they need to be. They're not listening to anyone. They're not doing what they are supposed to do. They are supposed to be protecting people and saving children from being places they shouldn't be, and yet they are doing the exact opposite, damaging them on purpose for money, damaging people like us on purpose just to see money. That's it. I just want to tell everybody to speak up. They want everyone to be afraid to speak up, with threats that, oh, I'll file contempt and you'll be in contempt if you do this. Our dad dealt with that himself, of, oh, don't even post the minor children on social media. Don't talk about the case to anybody, violating the First Amendment. Don't have anybody else talk about the case, because then you could be found in contempt. So they violate the First Amendment, they violate any amendment they want, and we need to put a stop to it. They need to not be allowed to do it anymore, and we need to speak to everybody that will listen, and everybody needs to speak up, even if they're not involved in this, because it involves everyone. Children are the future of the entire world, and they are being damaged intentionally by the system, and we need to protect all of them.
Because there's just one word for family court, and it's disgusting. They don't do anything else but bad and evil things because it benefits their wallet. They constantly tell you that it's the best interest of the child, but the whole goal is money. That's all they want. They don't care who they hurt and how much children have to suffer or how much pain they have to endure. They're getting paid. They're happy. And that's wrong on so many levels.
I have seen the best interest of the child be used to do the most horrendous things, and it is absurd, and it needs to be stopped at any cost. Everybody needs to speak up. We're speaking up because we're dealing with this, and it's absurd. And if something happens, our case doesn't go the way we want it to, it doesn't matter. This needs to be called out, regardless of what's happening. Because they're just going to keep doing it, and they're going to do it worse in the future. And so we need to stop it now before it gets worse. So I hope this reaches a whole lot of people and encourages a lot of people to speak up that have been afraid to speak up, or even people that don't even know what's going on. Everyone needs to be involved and speak up about what the courts are doing.